All right. Thanks everybody for coming back. We are really lucky this afternoon. We have Dene Cree with us, and he's with Nene Land and Resources. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the Clarence Nault Virtual Memorial Career Fair over. Dene, if you'd like to go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you, Kara. It's an honor to be here, everyone. And I could see some faces in the seats there. So it's a good turnout here on my end. Again, great honor. And thank you, Kara, and to KCDA for inviting myself and Nene to present here today. To kick things off, just a quick introduction of myself. My name is Nene Cree. I'm from Black Lake First Nation and Cowes First Nation, and I have an education background, so teacher background. But however, I'm not practicing at this current time here. I was teaching some grade 4s, 5s here in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, but since then I've been with Nene Lands and Resources since 2019. So there is still a chance that I'll be in that education field one day. So, but today I'd like to introduce my office here and give you a quick high-level overview of our operations. So to get things started, I'd like to again say thank you to KCDA for inviting me to the Clarence Nault Memorial Virtual Career Fair. Last year we got to do this in person, which was a great honor too as well for me to be up there as a mentor speaker in the communities there, and hopefully getting to come and visit here again soon. I will be up north next week in Wollaston Hatchet Lake for their ADEA Career Week. So I'm looking forward to seeing some familiar faces there. But yeah, we'll get things going here for sake of time. Let's see here. So Nene. So our mission is to protect the lands and waters of the Athabasca Basin for the long-term benefit of our Dene nations and Athabasca communities. This is just the traditional territory mapping of the traditional territory. I try to enlarge it as much as I can here for everybody, but this is Nene. So our Dene land, our land, the traditional territory of the Athabasca Dene within Saskatchewan. The Athabasca Dene territories stretches much further north into Northwest Territories and Nunavut, but Nene focuses much more on the traditional territory within Saskatchewan here, as you can see mapped out in the boundaries. From the map, you can see that it extends and covers over 132,000 square kilometers from Manitoba to Alberta border and the NWT border to Cree Lake. A little bit of our governance structure. Nene Lands and Resources is 100% owned and led by the 7 Athabasca Basin communities here outlined. So we have our First Nations of Fond du Lac, Black Lake, and Hatchet Lake, as well as the 4 municipalities: Kamsel Portage, Uranium City, Stony Rapids, and Wollaston Lake Post. At the top of the governance is our elected leadership from each community chiefs of the First Nations and chairs of the municipality communities. Our appointed board of directors report to leadership. This board contains 4 individuals. Our Nene staff report to the board of directors. So just importance, big vital key component here is that the barren ground caribou are significant to our Dene and are important to their interactions with the land. Sometimes caribou enter the traditional territory in the winter, sometimes they don't. They not only supply the majority of meat the Dene eat, adding to food security, but also nurture and feed their culture. Caribou are at the core of who we are as Dene people, and we often state that caribou are Dene and Dene are caribou. So this is kind of just a little brief outline. So right now you can see in the bottom left picture there, that's our Saskatoon office. That's where I'm currently situated right now. It's kind of how our office is composed here. We have over more than 20 employees and staff working with Nene. We have our 5 offices. Our headquarters is here down in Saskatoon, and we have our satellite offices up in the north there. So you'll recognize some names here as we have some community land technicians and part-time community land technicians that work in the communities. Those are our important feet on the ground, and I'll kind of speak to them in a little bit here. So the offices, as I mentioned, there's one in Fond du Lac, Black Lake, Hatchet Lake, and Uranium City. So just mentioning again the traditional land use and its importance here. So most people think of the basin as an untouched wilderness with nobody in it, but the Dene have used the land since time immemorial and know every square inch. Our traditional land use database supports this. And so unoccupied crown land is often, but is used often, but this land is not unoccupied or unused. So kind of going into that again, that traditional land use aspect of things, it maps out a lot of the caribou hunting maps and kind of just like the areas where the caribou have traditionally been situated. So there's traditional trapping territories too outlined in that database. Other hunting. It's nice to show some pictures here. You might see some familiar faces as we go through this. We got traditional land use again, fishing. As I'd mentioned, trapping. These are all all of these components are outlined within the database and traditional land use data points. And I'll let you know again, just berries and medicinal plants and harvesting. Kind of firewood where firewood kind of are being accessed and used throughout the territories too. So again, our role is the traditional territory has a long history of resource extraction, with industry exploring and mining the region for nearly a century. So before Nene, most companies had poor relationships with communities or none at all. Communities and land users were in the dark about projects and they did not benefit from mining and exploration activities. So unfortunately, there's a lot of damage to the lands and waters that occurred. So now YNLR, Nene, communicates with the communities, industry, and governments. This ensures that the concerns of communities are heard, and it helps to reduce negative impacts to environment and to people. So again, we have those community land technicians that liaise between the industry and government and their projects. And so that we ensure that the promotion of our Dene people and their interests are heard. And just to kind of show you this industry engagement. So this map here is incorporated in our quarterly newsletter, which goes up to the communities. Our next one should be issued here at the end of May. So we'll be, they always include this map in here. So these are all of the current dispositions that a lot of the junior explorations have mapped out currently. So there's different projects, all the colors, as you can see, are associated with the different junior exploration on the left side. And so there's a lot of exploration happening in our territories for sure. And so ensuring that we are also benefiting, and not only that, but also participating in activities and are in the know of these activities is vital. And our office ensures that that communication is open and engagement is open. So just to kind of summarize, Nene is an office that protects the land and promotes the interests of the people. So on the kind of in a nutshell, I suppose, YNLR is all about protecting the land, promoting the people. We accomplish this through our land and people operations. Within our land program, we have 3 focus areas, including consultation and engagement, planning and protection, and monitoring. So that's where our community land technicians come into play. And that's when they kind of they help out and engage and do all the reporting on behalf of our office, and they work closely with those junior exploration companies in any kind of projects that are happening in the north that require engagement and consultation. And so within our people program, that's where mostly I'm housed. As development coordinator with Nene, I'm mostly working within the people operations. So that includes the training, employment, and procurement, and community development. And I'll speak to most of that here shortly. Another big aspect of the lands lands component is the IPCA, so the Indigenous Protected and Conserved Areas project that is currently happening. So this is 100% Indigenous led. There's 4 proposed areas, totaling 18,500 square kilometers. So a balance cultural, environmental, and economic interests. So the point of this project is protecting the land and wildlife from disturbances, from any disturbances from junior mining industry, anything. So supporting the practice of Nene culture in these territories will be vital. So this will be able to enable our communities to be involved in a diversified economy. So whether that's tourism, traditional, working closely with other external stakeholders, we can then have more of a say of what happens in those protected areas. Currently, our partners are the Saskatchewan government, Environmental Canada, and Parks Canada, and others. So it's to be determined on what our IPAs will eventually look like. There's a lot to be discussed still. And here, we'll get into our people operations here. So again, this is mostly my background here. So I work with training, employment, and procurement within our office. So we work with regional partners through the Athabasca Education, Employment, and Development Committee. I know that's a kind of a mouthful, but in short, it's the AEDC. And that's we use this committee to leverage resources and identify opportunities. And so Nene oversees agreements with industry and partners that commit to both training, employment, and procurement, and working closely with the AEDC. On our kind of community development side, we have our Athabasca Scholarship Program as well. So we administer a scholarship program. I'm sure a lot of your sisters, brothers that are in post-secondary have accessed this scholarship program. It's a great program. It started in 2016. We have contributing partners from Cameco, Orano, and Athabasca Basin Development who contribute to this program, as well as Flyer Electric, who contributes to the Denise Boogie Trade Scholarship Program. So this past year and the year before, we awarded 27 award recipients total. So yeah, a lot of money to be awarded for those that are entering into post-secondary. So for those that are in the grade 12s and graduating this year and moving into post-secondary, please feel free to look on our website, and if you're looking for some extra student funding, we have student funding available through our scholarship program. And our deadline is always every year, July 31st. And so we usually promote our program 30, like a whole month in advance. So if you follow us on our social media on Facebook, you'll see a lot of promotion materials. And as mentioned, this is the Denise Boogie Trade Scholarship. So those that are entering into the trades and or technical programming, this trade scholarship runs in association with the previous Basin Scholarship Program. So we do have all of our applications that come in, and I actually administer this program. And yeah, no, it's been great. I've been running it now for about 4 years now. So it's been quite it's a competitive program, but it's also a very it benefits our post-secondary students coming up from the Basin for sure. So if you or you have any family members that are entering into the post-secondary trades and or technical programming, doesn't matter how long, please, I encourage you to visit our trade scholarship program too, and you apply the same way you would apply to the Basin Scholarship Program. This is also available on our website, and I'll be sure to send all contact information here at the Antiquera to share with everybody. So again, mentioned that the AEDC, the purpose of this committee is to collaborate and support strategic investment in education, training, and employment opportunities that benefit Basin residents. So it's we come together monthly, and we work on various projects, and that better identify education, training, and employment commitments throughout the Basin. Basically, the goal of this committee is to align opportunity and collaborate as a unified voice. Just a little bit of a brief history of how this committee was formed. So there was a lot of economic strategic planning sessions held. So this, you'll see that dates back to 2004 and to 2009, and as recent as 2018 as well. So there is these economic strategic planning sessions that basically sessions that really kind of promote, the primary focus of them is to problem solve and to outline potential solutions on developing a solid long-term plan for employment, training, and education for Athabasca Basin residents. The most recent one, as I'd mentioned, was in May 2018 in Waskesiu. So there you'll see that there was attended by nearly 80 people. So community members, youth, elders, commercial enterprise, community and local enterprise, education, labor market and training, and various levels of government were invited to this. And a lot of the presenters that are on this agenda for this career fair have attended this in the past and have been partnering stakeholders with both Yeti, Nene, and with our basin residents and community members. So, and what came out of that 2018 Waskesiu economic strategic session was a task force was formed, and the task force met with Yeti Nene to discuss housing, a new committee within YNLR, and funding was obtained, and the development coordinator, which is my role, was hired. So I was procured to be the development coordinator and to house and to coordinate this new committee. And the committee named was the Athabasca Education Employment and Development Committee. So as short as the AEDC. Terms and reference and code of conduct were completed and sent to participating organizations. So these are ongoing partnerships that work together to further promote, again, education, employment, and training, and facilitating ongoing dialogue. It's kind of just in a nutshell, just how the structure of the AEDC is composed. We have representatives, we have youth training members part of this, as well as PAGCs involved, Black Lake Ventures, Fond du Lac Limited Partnership, Hatchet Lake Development LP, Yeti Nene, our office, and Athabasca Basin Development, as well as the Athabasca Dene Education Authority, are all representative representative members to the AEDC. So we have a lot of it's a small group, but it's also a big group. We have a lot of CEOs and managers that participate on this committee monthly. And again, you'll see some familiar faces potentially. This is our current member list here. And I just want to briefly just give a quick shout out to former committee members. And so these are 3 committee members here that were formative in the original planning of the AEDC. So these are each played a pivotal role in forming the AEDC and volunteered their time on this committee. So yeah, I just wanted to say a great thank you to our previous members for their dedication, time, and contributions to the AEDC. So the schedule, we have kind of just you can see pictures in the bottom there. This is meetings with leadership that we do annually. So annually we do a schedule meaning a kind of project plan of what we're doing for this upcoming year for anything relative to employment, training, education. So in May 2023, we held breakout sessions and asked leadership what kind of barriers that we need to focus on. So barriers to education, barriers to employment, barriers to training for our Athabasca Basin residents. So we consulted with leadership and formed a basis, and then that in turn created our annual work plan. So the AEDC annual work plan. So that's why I'm here today, to kind of just explain that piece. And so the AEDC, as I mentioned, works on projects, and we work with education institutes, industry, and funding partners for a variety of programming. And these are just some examples here that I'll outline. So we have the ABD, so Athabasca Basin Development Orano Taos testing. So we do that often there in the north. We did previously work with Rise Air on a water-based customer service attendant dockhand training, and worked closely with Chemical and Orano on various training programs and apprenticeship programs, as well as with Northlands College and SIAT on adult education pathways programming, as well as with SIAT recently with carpentry and scaffolding. So again, I work closely, myself and the committee work closely with various partners to put together programming for the basin. And we work really close with the PAGC and Athabasca Basin Security and even 2J2 Security. And there was a lot of security training that happened within the last few years there too, in each of the communities. And yeah, so and currently working on yeah, we're always we just recently completed a heavy equipment operator training too, working closely with Caribou Transport. And we trained and hired 12 heavy equipment operators to work on the Wollaston Lake Road. So that's all on the job experience hours that are transferable towards apprenticeships. So I don't know if anyone follows us on Facebook, but we always promote our our efforts and our programs and projects on our Facebook, as well as on the Nene export database, which I'm sure some of you are familiar with. We're trying to really integrate this skills inventory and job search tool database and with the Athabasca Dene Education Authority. So with all the schools up in the north, and hopefully integrating this database and for the benefit of the students too as well. So it's not only just this job search tool, but it's a resume building tool. So for those that don't have resumes, this is a great foundation to start building your resume, your professional resume, and where you can manage and update your profile continuously. You can receive notifications to your email and your phone. And for those that have special training, even right now, whether you're trained in like first aid, CPR, you can store all of those tickets online into your profile, and they're safe and secure. And you'll also be your expiration notification will be sent to your phone too as well. So we're building an app here that works closely. So it'll be an app that's available on any app store and platform with Samsungs and iPhones. So please stay tuned for an app that'll be coming out and available to the communities. Big thing that happened most recently was we recently secured funding for employment training education for development programs in the Athabasca Basin. So close to $1 million in funding from so that was supported by Prairie's Economic Development Canada. So there's a lot of the programs that were listed prior in the previous slide that actually a lot of this funding went towards, like that heavy equipment operator training. And there's an IT mentorship program that was a certificate program that was also funded through Prairie's Can. And yeah, several others that are in the queue right now too as well. So our office administers a lot of the funding too as well. And we're always searching for other funding to put together other education, training, and employment opportunities. So obviously PAGC too works closely with us, as well as Athabasca Basin Development. They're all great partners in our efforts. So again, this is just to highlight some of the program details. So we put together driller helper programs, digital literacy that was with Cameco, the mill utility operator training, and environmental tech training that was through Orano, and the IT mentorship program, which was supported through Optech Solutions, and the heavy equipment operator, again, as I mentioned, working closely in partnership with Caribou Transport, and an indentured trades helper program. So those were through industry partners like Orano that are helping support current employees of Orano to further their specializations in whatever field they're in currently, to kind of move them up and boost them up in their current concentration. So in total, 55 Athabasca Basin community members participated and completed this 3-month work placement training. So with that $1 million funding, we had a year, just over a year to complete a lot of these programs and projects with these partners that are listed below here. So there's yeah, we're just completing that program now, and we're looking forward to starting up a new one here shortly and engaging more partners. Again, this is the Athabasca Basin Summer Student Program that's put on by ABD and PAGC. And so it's funded under these two programs. And it started in 2021. And so there were 12 students that were employed in 2021, and 18 in 2022, and 14 in 2023. So currently, the applications have been closed for this upcoming summer program. A lot are returning students. So these are all post-secondary students in the university, college, trades, technical programming. So I'm sure you'll see some familiar faces here too as well. The summer student had positions in fields ranging from warehouse, marketing, communications to IT, HR, admin, and many more. Many participating organizations within this ABD summer student program were Flyer Electric, Optech Solutions, Team Drilling, Rise Air, Arctic Beverages, Points North, Points Athabasca, True North, Athabasca Basin Security, and all of the ECDEVs in Hatchet Lake, Black Lake, and Fond du Lac. So we most recently, just this past March, we held this Athabasca Education Training and Employment Summit. So it was a big summit. It was a 2-day summit, and we had a lot of stakeholders that were involved. So the reason that we put the summit together was it was outlined back in May 2023 from Athabasca leadership, where they identified a need for a long-term plan. So while our AEDC and its partners have had some success, a comprehensive, inclusive, long-term plan would yield stronger results. So this summit that we held in March was a big step in making this plan a reality. The resources found in the basin are recognized as being critical to the success of global energy transition to net zero carbon emissions. So basically, we're trying to drive investment into the region and engaging with partners and stakeholders. And also, yeah, many were in that room that day that participated. So there's a strong need for more support in the north for employment training education initiatives. So all of the partnerships that were involved, we were requesting much needed investment in these programs and services that were even listed prior in the presentation materials before. So what we were really hoping to get out of that summit was highlighting the challenges and gaps to employment training and education, and building relationships and partnerships, and gathering much more feedback to help for a long-term plan. So a 5 to 10-year plan to address training, education, and employment gaps in the region, and to secure partner investments and to execute said plan. So as I mentioned, we had that $1 million funding. We're wanting to build that and to kind of promote and secure more grant funding from either the province and or federal funding. And so building these partnerships would mean meaningful careers both in and outside the communities in the north there for community residents. And yeah, no, that's just kind of just a highlighting component of the efforts that we're doing right now. I don't have it in the slide here, but we are going to be starting to promote this pilot pathways project. So it's a project that's working closely with Rise Air and Prince Albert Grand Council and our office and several other stakeholders that will be involved in this. But it's a pilot training program that we're going to be campaigning and marketing soon here. So please stay tuned for that as well. If those interested in, if you have any brothers, sisters interested in the communities that are wanting to look into being a pilot and to be trained as a pilot, so there's a program coming up shortly, and there's a lot of funding available for that too as well. So please stay tuned on our social media, and or even give our office a call if you have any information. And a lot of our materials and a lot of our programs and projects are outlined at our website there, yathinene.ca. But yeah, with that, I'd like to, I guess we're opening up the questions and comments at this time.
Thank you so much, Nene. We are waiting for Father Gamache to send in their names. who would they contact? And would you be able to share your social media and I will put it into the chat so people can get connected?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. How would you like me to share the?
If you shared your screen and
Okay.
went to your browser, you could go to your social media pages and maybe your website. Do students contact you directly, Danae?
For with regard to any education employment training initiatives, yes, I would be a point of contact here with our office as well as for our scholarship program too as well.
Awesome. And you're going to be there next week. So you're going to
I'll
be right there.
I'll be with I'll be in Hatchet Lake, Wollaston there, yeah. All next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. That's spectacular.
Alrighty, I'll stop this share here. Just one moment. All right, so I will share just a quick snapshot of my of the our office here. Just one second. All right. So can everyone see my current shared page here?
No, we see you. We don't see your page.
Not yet. Okay. Just one second. How
There.
about now? There we go. So this is our
Yes.
website, yuffinene.ca. This is where you can find a lot of the information that I just spoke to, and as well as our programming. So if you go to our people section, this is where we have our community trust as well, where we do community funding for various projects in the north, whether teams, volleyball teams, hockey teams need new jerseys, or if there's an infrastructure project involved in one of the communities, there's trust money available for any projects. And again, here's the scholarship component. This is our scholarship section. So you can learn more, a little bit more about our scholarship program and who's contributing and yeah, it's a very simple application. You just go all the way to the bottom. You can either download the application form and send me a PDF with all of the supplementary documents you need, or you could apply online too as well, which is it's much more easier to apply online and just to upload a lot of the supplementary documents as well. And if you want to learn a little bit more about our export database, this is kind of just yeah where you get the 101 on the export database and what it allows you to do. And as I mentioned, for those students in the assembly there, this is a great place to start your resume building here. And basically, as a resume tool, you have to do little to no typing. Basically, it's a lot of clickable functions, and then at the end of the day, once you've kind of filled in a lot of the blanks, it composes your resume for you on the spot, and you're able to download that as a PDF and or Word document if you want to make it prettier. And yeah, that's who we are, and this is where you can also access our quarterly newsletters as well. So just our online newsletters, and we also publish physical copies, and those are the ones that are sent up north quarterly. So these are our previous ones, and they're all translated into Dene as well. So yeah, please feel free to visit our website, and our social media here is clickable. So if you just click this Facebook link right here, you'll be able to go right to our Facebook and follow us there too as well to stay updated on everything. So yeah, that's just a little bit about our website there.
Thank you so much. I'm just
No
quickly
problem.
getting everybody put into the. So right now we have a list, Dene, of 83 students that are
Oh,
participating with us today.
it's a great number.
That's a great number. I'm going to share my screen right about now. Do we have any questions for Danae? You guys are all going to be able to come and go and see him next week. He is going to be in Wollaston.